Yo, what up? It's AaroniMoses, and I got my boy Jimmy Man with me. Oh, you look so fat at that angle. He's really not that fat. He's so cute. But this video is about three things that are made to be weird, that are not really weird, and three things that are made to be normal, but they're not really normal. Okay, the first thing is meditation, and I always encourage you guys to meditate. If you sit down, if you sit down somewhere where it's inappropriate to meditate, maybe like the train or like not a grocery store, that's too outrageous. But we'll use the train. People are gonna look at you like you're stupid, maybe, depending on where you are. But if you tell people, if they ask you what you do in your free time, I'm really into meditation. They're gonna think it's weird, especially if you're from the South. But they're gonna make it seem like it's more interesting than it really is, or they're gonna weird it up. Meditation is really just thinking without speaking. Meditation means to think, to just ponder. And if you don't think, which most people don't, it is weird. Okay, so next is affirmations again with this meditation shit. If I've given people affirmations in real life. If the guy says, you know what, I just can't stop smoking, or I just can't stop eating unhealthily, I'm just depressed all the time, AaroniMoses, and I say, you know what works for me? Affirmations. I tell myself, if I was you, I would say to myself every day, as soon as I wake up, I only put healthy things into my body. Everything that I put into my body benefits me. I only crave healthy food and clean water. They're gonna be, dude, that's fucking weird. What are you, a fucking guru or some shit? You affirm to yourself every day. You talk to yourself. You have positive and negative self-talk. And you do it out loud probably 3 to 5 times a day. Out of what the average person has, I forgot the number. I think the average person has 10,000 thoughts in 24 hours. A lot of those thoughts, not one of those thoughts, a lot of those thoughts are self-talk. Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm so fucking fat. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot that. You're talking to yourself all day. And for you to vocalize it is actually pretty goddamn normal. For you to affirm positive messages to yourself is not normal, because most people are fucking negative people. Next is returning to childhood. And I made a video about this. This is called a regression. Actually, no. It's called regression when traumatic events happen to you and you do things childlike. For example, when I was at my grandfather's no, little nigga. When I was at my grandfather's funeral, that was very stressful because everybody was trying to hug me and seek counsel in my warm chest. That was traumatic a little bit, and I colored. I haven't colored at that point. I was 18. I hadn't colored at that point since I was probably 12, maybe. And that was just something that I did that felt good, that returned me to my childhood, that made me feel good about myself. But a lot of people always think they have to be fucking grown up pants all day, and that really fucks that really fucks them up. And it takes something traumatic and dramatic for them to go through to realize, hey, I don't have to be a grown ass Mr. Adult Pants all day. I can do childlike shit. My therapist told me that he colors. That's not really childish or childlike, but little kids color. Doing things that returns you to your childhood. It keeps you vitalized. It keeps you healthy. It keeps you happy, and it keeps you free. It's not bad. It's not weird. It's actually pretty normal, and it actually will keep you more healthy than the average person. Next, what is made to be normal but is really weird? Or wait, what's made to be normal but it's really weird? Yeah, everybody says that you need to want to be yourself and to be yourself. depending on the situation, that's a bad idea. If you go to an interview and you don't have the qualifications for that job, or you do have the qualifications for that job, being yourself is not a good idea. If you are trying to change yourself, if you are, if you have low confidence and you think you only deserve, oh, look at this little kid. If you have low, yeah, he doesn't like the camera. If you have low confidence and you want to talk to a really sexy, pretty, beautiful, awesome looking, delicious woman, and you act like you don't want to be with a beautiful woman and you feel like you only deserve ugly girls, being yourself in that situation, it's not a good idea. If you are in a bad neighborhood and people walk up to you and you think, oh, okay, so I'm in the hood, I'm in a bad neighborhood, so if I just act gangster, they'll leave me alone. Be yourself, bro. They might think that you're a square and that you are just there because you got lost or whatever. So being yourself in that situation, that would help. But a lot of situations, if you're trying to change yourself, if you're trying to elevate yourself, if you're trying to be a higher vibrational person, being yourself is not always the go-to fucking deal. Alright, so next, caring what people think. Not caring what people think is not normal. You think it's normal because it sounds good, but it's actually a survival mechanism. Being careful of what you do and caring what other people think keeps you from dying. It's actually totally normal, and there's actually no fucking way that you can turn it off. It is virtually impossible for you to be a healthy thinking person, somebody who does not have any mental illnesses on paper chemically, without caring what people think. I gotta repeat that again. You have to care what other people think. If you want to claim mental sanity, if you want to say that you are a healthy mind, body, and soul, not mentally ill fucking person, you care what other people think. Trust me. Trust me, you do. Do the research. Don't trust me. Trust the research. Trust thousands and thousands of years of psychology. Okay? You have to care what other people think in order to be healthily sane. If you are healthily sane mentally, you care what other people think. It might not be so immediate, it might not be for every little thing, but stop saying you don't care what other people think. You sound fucking stupid. Okay? Next, being a sheep. Oh, that person's a sheep. That person's a sheep. They do what other people do. They only did that because they saw what they only did that because they saw other people do it. That's a survival mechanism, bro. Your ancestors did it so you would be here. You're here because being a sheep at some point is good. It's not being a sheep, and depends on what you mean by sheep. If you do something like that, the video on the beeping noise going off and people standing up because they saw other people do it, that's a survival mechanism. That's how motherfuckers survive. You know? I mean, everything else, people are starting to break out and do new things. You know, the whole getting the job and having a nice neighborhood and a nice house, a nice house and a nice neighborhood. That's not the American dream anymore. Okay, you know, having a wife that does everything that you say and having food on the table when you get home. That's not the American dream anymore. Whatever. But what I'm saying is, just because you do what other people do, sometimes you follow trends. Sometimes you listen to good music because it's on the radio. Sometimes you do things because you see other people doing it. Survival, and it makes motherfucking sense. I'm not saying being a sheep or mainstream is okay, because I'm a rebel, I am a contrarian, all that shit. But sometimes that shit has gotten me in trouble. If I would have just, you know what, do what everybody else was doing. One example, I was in an interview for a Job Corps, and it was a group interview. It was a little orientation thing, and the guy said, I want you to look around this room and look at whoever the fuck. And